During the height of segregation, Midtown in St. Petersburg, Florida, was a largely African American community. 22nd Street South became the area's lively downtown business center, with restaurants, shops, and a movie theater. Sadly, the same area today is starting to decay, but members of the community are coming together to tell the stories of Midtown and revive the rich history that became known as the Deuces. Melvin Smith, Jr. recalls childhood memories at the Royal Theater and his father, who worked there.
My father's name is Melvin Smith. I'm a junior. I was lucky enough to be named after him. And actually, my father worked there. It was a part-time job. My father actually worked construction. He worked for several companies. One was Dunbrick and another one was Mills & Jones. Those were jobs that he did in the daytime. But in the weekends, he worked at the Royal Theater. And my dad and mom, actually, all my life, I remember them working more than one job.
Right.
And that's the work ethic that we got from him. But at the Royal Theater, he was a ticket taker. He worked the door. And it was like three men going back that I remember distinctly. My dad, Melvin Smith, Richard, and Stewart. I can't think of their last names, but those were the three guys who manned the door to take the tickets and make sure that nobody got in that didn't pay. And also they controlled the crowd to make sure people weren't talking in the movies or were not disorderly. So basically those three men were like the guardians of the Royal Theater. Yeah, my dad was an Army veteran, and like so many veterans when he came back, he located his family in Florida, and the affordable housing was Jordan Park. So we lived in Jordan Park up until I was 4 years old, and we moved about 2 blocks away to 1350 Prescott. So we're still within walking distance of the Royal Theater. But my mom having to work 2 jobs and my dad was working 2 jobs, well, the Royal Theater became our babysitter. So when my mom was working her day job or at night, we would spend that evening with my dad at the Royal Theater, working there. But yeah, I would spend a lot of time there. And me being kind of a quiet kid, you could sit in the movie, they turn the screen down, it darkens, and you can kind of like escape from everything and just look and immerse yourself into the movie. Wednesday, I wasn't old enough to go to the talent shows until I became maybe 10, 11 years old. Really wasn't old enough then. But the talent shows were really great because it featured a lot of local talent. A lot of singers, dancers, and a lot of people performed on that stage at the Royal Theater. And it would be jamming. People would be rowdy, they would be singing, you had people doing James Brown impersonation of dancing. You had singers doing Jackie Wilson songs, and the girls would scream and holler. But it was a great atmosphere on a Wednesday night. And of course, we had to go to school the next day, so a lot of times we stayed pretty late and didn't have to get up to go to school. But I do remember those talent shows. So it was always something going on at the Royal Theater. And not only there, but in the surrounding area, you could leave the Royal Theater and go get a sandwich at Geach's Barbecue, which was a very renowned sandwich shop, and had a secret barbecue sauce that Geach was known for. Very hot, spicy, mustard type sauce. But yeah, I do remember that as well as part of my upbringing. And all along down, you had the little other clubs and the Manhattan Casino and things like that. But I was too young to go to those places. Right. So really, about the Royal Theater, what I truly remember was walking up those steps. They seemed to be very tall, those steps. As a little kid and holding the bar, and then seeing my dad on the door, and then him waving me in, or waving me and my friends in, and all the things, all the treats that we had as kids here.